on a windy and maybe wet and maybe cold Friday night. This place is ready to roll as the Frontier Cougars are in town, as the Seminoles and the Cougars match up for Region 19 and PVC supremacy. With Jeff Stevens with Dale Eddy up on top of the press box, joined by Brian Eastling and Joe Palmeretti down below. Dale, a lot of excitement in the air.
Oh, you can feel it, Jeff. It's just tremendous. Keith Lazier bringing the lighted torch to the middle of the field. Coach Sacosta and troops out on the field. We have new black uniforms this evening with red and I guess that's called gold. Beautiful outfit. And I think everybody in Monroe County is ready for this ball game.
You know, I noticed as I came in tonight, I was here about 6:30, as I usually am, and there's many, many more cars in the parking lot. The Frontier side of the field was already filled to capacity. You know, the Monroe Central side is now pretty well filled up. A few reserve seats, people just now taking their seats. The hillside is full. You know, with the exception of a Barnesville game about 3 years ago and several Bellsville games, this is probably one of the largest crowds at this facility in quite some time.
Well, this is a game that has a lot of implications to it. You know, it's got playoff written all over it. The team that wins this one, you know, this was a must-win for Monroe Central, and I think they're up to it. You know, the game next week, of course, you got Bellsville next week, which you have to win that one also, but tonight you've got to get by the Frontier Cougars, and coming in on paper, it's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that in the short history, speaking now just as Monroe Central in our second year, this by far is the biggest game of the year. Because last year going to Bellsville, a lot of things were already determined. But now, as you mentioned earlier, the winner of this game stays in the playoff hunt. The loser really has virtually no chance of gaining postseason. The PVC title also on the line. If Frontier should win this game tonight, they will be the PVC champs. Monroe Central would clinch at least a tie going into next week. The Cougars will kick off to the Seminoles. Robinson, Kramer, and Weddle as usual deep. And we're just a moment away from action tonight. And we're set.
Short
kick is short. Taken by Trigg. He reverses field and will be brought down at his 36-yard line.
But the Seminoles are going to have good field position here with the ball at the 36. Again, Coach, the community's done a great job of looking at the end zones. You know, they've got the letters of Knowles on the end with the tomahawks and also the tomahawks in the middle of the field. Just a beautiful job.
Just every little bit, you know, each week you add something more, and it really makes it nice. Unfortunately, the rain has pretty much held off today. The field is in pretty decent shape. Joe Kress at quarterback. Single setback is Shoemaker. Robinson is in motion. And the first man through is Shoemaker. He'll get 3 yards to the 39.
He's stopped there by number 2, Brian Oliver, I believe. So a quick hitter up for 3 yards for the first play from scrimmage.
2 young men to keep an eye on the Frontier defense. Number 66, Shane Moser, and number 76, his twin brother, Sean. 6'1", 190-pound sophomores. They're linebackers, and they'll be in on a lot of plays.
Nice sized boys, 190 pounds, 6'1".
Wishbone formation. Second back is Robinson.
He bounced that outside, and he picked up, looks like another 4 yards possibly.
About the 43-yard line. That's quickly again the alternating halfback, Kramer and Weddle. Shoemaker and Robinson in the backfield with Kress. The ends are Geese and Lazier. Tackles Yoho and Hannes. Guards Boer and Friday. And the center is Knowlton. 3rd down and 3. Our first big 3rd down situation of the evening. Kress will give to Shoemaker on the counter. He'll be hit and be stopped shy of the first down. And there's one of the Mosers getting up from that play along with number 81, Myron Schwaben. And Dale, with this wind blowing very hard this evening, if you get into an exchange of punts, the first quarter definitely will favor Frontier. Their passing attack with the wind behind them, because it is a very stiff breeze. As Eric Kramer drops back to punt.
So the first time in a long time, 3 and out in the first series from
no pressure. Kramer hits a decent kick into the wind. It's going to hit and roll and be picked up by Lowry, number
Lowry.
90. He's going to be hit by John Shoemaker
And Tress.
along
Tress.
with Jason Ludwig. So here's a chance to look at this high-powered Frontier offense. Brian Oliver, number 2, their quarterback, over 1,200 yards passing in 8 games, plus over 500 yards rushing himself. So it adds up to about 1,800 yards of total offense, and that's pretty darn good.
That is. They've got a couple nice ends here, and Zach Bowersock and Tim Lowry, also number 99 and number 90, to also watch out for. They've got 4 or 5 receivers who can catch the ball. Quick hitter.
Dimmerling on the tackle as the first back. Stopped for very little gain. That's number 24, Mac Childress.
Childress is also a sophomore, 5'7", only 140 pounds.
It's a very young team with only 5 seniors on their roster. I think the Frontier people feel this is an overachieving team this year, and the next year was what they thought would be their year. 3 wide receivers again for the Cougars. Corson wide to this side along with Lowry. Oliver will throw out here to Lowry. He'll get it at the 30. He'll be hit near the 33-yard line by Robinson and Shoemaker.
Just short, I believe, of the first down, but very close.
But number 90, Lowry, is their go-to receiver.
As they had 2 receivers out here in the flat, and they hit the short man just about a yard short of that first down marker.
We see Knowlton in a short yardage situation, replacing Ludwig as the Seminoles try to get an extra lineman in. 3rd down and a yard. A sneak by Oliver. He's very close to a first down. Second effort, he'll fall forward to the 35 and get his first down. I know we talk every week about the importance of scoring first, but especially against a team like Frontier, who has a great record with just one 1-point loss. And the fact that, much has been said about Frontier never beating Woodsfield, never beating Monroe Central. The longer you let them stay in the game, the longer they're going to think, hey, we can win.
They can do it, that's right.
So a lot of pressure on the Seminole defense right here to make an early defensive stand and get the ball back. 1st and 10, Cougars. Oliver will give on the dive again to Childress.
And he doesn't get too much there. A couple yards. Looks like they're going to make it possibly 3.
And not real sure the tackler, Sam Scott, may have had a piece of that along on that right defensive side with Demmerling. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
7 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Receivers Lowry and Corson go wide left. Oliver fakes, and now he goes long for Robinson and Lowry, and incomplete.
Just off of the fingertips of Lowry on that far side.
And something I think you're going to see quite a bit tonight is no matter where number 90, Tim Lowry, lines up, I believe you're going to see number 20 in the black jersey, Dustin Robinson, lining up on the same side of the field.
I believe Lowry might have had a chance on that. The ball just a little bit overthrown. It looked like he might have been able to get that pass for a nice pickup.
The Cougars will try to use their air attack here in the first period with the wind behind them. It's almost a crosswind now, almost blowing directly into our face. Oliver out in the flat. That's Childress. He's going to be hit by Shoemaker at the 40-yard line. About 5 yards short of the first down, and the Cougars will have a 4th down and 4, and that should set up a punting situation.
I'm sure the fans can hear that wind against the mics there. It's really tremendous here on top. We do have the camera set up underneath for those who see a different angle. A little bit afraid of the wind.
Number 80, Caleb Corson in punt formation. It's a good snap. Little pressure from Sam Scott. Kick is a high, great kick. Fair catch at the 20-yard line by Kramer. And the exchange of punts, a few yards of field position there, about 15 as a matter of fact, go to the advantage of the Cougars. And a lot of that was with the wind. You've got some stats there, Dale, don't you?
I do. I can't read them.
The paper keeps blowing in the wind.
Corser he averages 36.8 yards per punt, and that was a nice punt for a high school ball player.
That's just about a 40-yard kick.
Of course, you know, he had some wind helping him also. We'll have a second possession.
Shoemaker bounces outside to the left. He's got a first down. Tackled by Lowry, I believe. Yes, number 90, Lowry. With the pickup of 13 yards to the 33-yard line. First down, and the initial first down for Monroe Central of the evening.
That's a little more like it, you know, as Luke bounced that to the outside and picked up some nice yardage, getting that initial first down. 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Still nothing.
And we have a whistle.
The flag.
Prior to the teams getting ready for the snap. And applause from the Seminoles indicates a 5-yard step off for encroachment against Frontier. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone, and that's a 5-yard mark off.
The immediate reaction from the coaching staff on our side, I thought it might be against us, but luckily Frontier, and they're going to 1st and 5 here.
Slot formation to the right, and we have another whistle, and I think he's there again. Number 54, and it is another dead ball encroachment penalty against Frontier, and I think number 54, this is Jason Strickler, their middle guard. His head must be in the neutral zone. We're not at a real good angle. Some of our fans probably can see a little better than us down below. But
I believe maybe the coaches should take him aside and explain that rule.
Well, he's backed up a half a yard now, so maybe we can get a play off. But that's an easy first down for the Seminoles and 10 easy yards. Shoemaker right side. Another big hole. He's the 40.
Open.
He's brought down by the last man.
Number 80, Corson.
At the 30-yard line.
And Mr. Corson just about got turned around as Luke faked to the outside, turned back to the inside, and Caleb Corson, number 80, junior, 6 foot, 155 pounds, just able to wrap him and bring him down at the 30-yard line.
2 carries for 40 yards for Shoemaker on this drive with the 10 yards of penalty against Frontier. Seminoles in business at the 30-yard line.
5 minutes, 30 seconds, and we're moving.
Shoemaker again, big hole left side. Another first down,
and he's
15-yard line.
Behind that time, looks like Brian Oliver, the quarterback, linebacker, who brought him down from behind.
Along with Lowry. Another 14 yards by Shoemaker, first down.
So Luke tearing up the...
and we have stoppage in play. Timeout, Frontier. As Coach Russ Morris will try to make an adjustment as 3 big plays by Shoemaker have the Seminoles in great field position.
And it's much more like it. You know, the initial possession for the Seminoles, you know, there may have been a little bit of nerves involved, but they're certainly tearing up the yardage now as Luke's had some nice runs, doing a good job. He's got us down to the 16-yard line. 5:15 left in this first quarter.
If they can hear us down below, Brian or Joe have the headset on. See if you can get a shot of Coach Pat Singleton sometime there walking around. Coach Singleton on the casualty list this week on a home accident, suffering a chipped bone in his ankle, but he gutted it out, missed no practice time, and ready to go.
That's right. Wounded but not down.
Last night at practice, he made sure a couple of people that had been out at different times this year knew that he had a broken bone, but he was still here. First down and 10 for the Seminoles from the 16-yard line. Power formation to the right, and looks like Shoemaker again. He'll be hit after a couple yards.
Moser, number 76, Sean Moser.
The Cougars opting to put some heat on, a little blitz with one of their linebackers. But Shoemaker is still able to get nearly 3 yards. And after 4 straight carries by Shoemaker, the stage could be set for a little play action pass or a little counter action for Robinson. Got a stoppage in play.
Another stoppage here.
And they're pointing at one of the Frontier players, I think asking him to pull his knee pads back down to their proper position. Something that the officials are supposed to be watching very closely this year, proper equipment. Clock now running again with 4:40 remaining in the period. The I formation this time. And the option pitch, Robinson.
He breaks it to the outside. And he's in, I believe.
And he ends a touchdown. Dustin Robinson just at the pylon. 14-yard touchdown, Dustin Robinson. And the Seminoles are on the board first. But Dale, we maybe didn't score on our first possession, but we're on the board first.
Put together an impressive drive in the second possession. First score coming at 4:26. And it's not right to say a simple little play, but Robinson busting that to the outside and just beating him to the end zone.
Another good decision by Kress at quarterback, pitching at the proper time. And then it's just up to Dustin to get to the corner. The snap is down, it's good, the kick is up, and it's good. So at 4:26 remaining in the first period, the Seminoles on the board first, leading 7-0.
And Coach, I can't remember a time in a long time when there's been so much excitement. You could feel it in the air as you got here at 6:30. The people as they were coming in, the players on the field. It's parents' night, a lot of activities, but there was a tingling and excitement.
Well, let's give a lot of credit to the Frontier fans also, who have not experienced a lot of success in football, but have been very avid supporters of their other sports. And, given a reason to be a supporter, they have been coming out in full force all year, and they're here regardless of the threat of rain, and they're ready to go.
Yeah, there's a tremendous crowd across the way there. The stands are full, people standing on both ends.
Hopefully during the course of the evening, Brian can get a shot to kind of pan the crowd and let you see some of the people that are around. It's a super crowd. I might mention here as we get ready for this kickoff, a few changes of personnel on this kickoff team, moving some people around to try to get a little better coverage. That's what has been a concern most of the year of the coaching staff. Shoemaker will kick into the strong wind. It's high, and the wind will make it be very short. Lowry, and he'll be brought down at the 30-yard line.
A lot of black jerseys in there is getting up from the pile. Kramer, along with possibly Kress.
And I think Knowlton also had a piece of that. So a pretty good job there. That kick hung up a long time. The wind really knocked it down, but coverage was down, and the Cougars will take over at their own 31-yard line. So we'll see what happens now with the quarter about 2/3 over. The Cougars throwing only a couple passes during their first possession. We'll see if they try to go up top here and get on the board before the end of the quarter where the wind is at their back. Oliver will keep the left side, and he'll do that a lot and be to the 36-yard line, pickup of about 5. And that may have been Kramer on the tackle. 2nd and 5. Oliver will do that quite a bit. He's their leading rusher along with their leading passer. So he'll fake inside and run that keeper quite a bit. And also be very dangerous as a scrambler when he tries to pass. They'll give to the dive. And that is Childress, I believe. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down. Matt Childress just over the 40. It's going to be just a little less than a yard. Third down.
Oliver, according to the paper, has 591 yards and 69 yards per game average as their leading rusher.
And that's pretty good by quarterback because sacks take away from your rushing yards. So that's pretty impressive positive notes. He'll run the sneak, Oliver will, and he'll get a great surge from his offensive line and get his first down. Very important to keep the Cougars away from that third and short yardage situation. You need to try to make that play early. Obviously, anytime on defense, you like to force a team into 3rd and long. The Frontier with their second first down, ball resting at the 42-yard line. 2:35 remaining first period. Wide receivers right and left for the Cougars. They'll throw a quick pop pass over there. Nice. 99.
Nice.
Zach Bowersock.
Bowersock putting up that one hand and coming down with the ball. An impressive play. Bowersock, senior, 6'2", 210 pounds.
That's a play that gave us some problems earlier in the year, especially now Caldwell. That tight end coming off the line untouched. You really have to jam that tight end in there. And I think that's what Coach DeCosta is hollering out there now. You must hold that tight end up. And Twins receivers to the right. Oliver to throw.
Again.
He has time out of the backfield. Childress.
Childress
Dropped the
heard
ball.
footsteps, I believe, Coach, as he came over. Luke Shoemaker barreling down on him.
Shoemaker was right there. The gain would have been very, very small, but incomplete. Second down, 10.
Bowersock is their third leading receiver, 194 yards, averaging 13.6 average per catch. They've got Lowry, Childress, and then Bowersock. So they've got some guys who can catch the ball.
Well, they put the ball up over 160 times, I believe, this year. 166 attempts and 18 touchdowns for Oliver, and only 6 interceptions. He'll keep to the left side.
Trying to break it out, and he's met there. I believe that's Robinson, isn't it?
Robinson on the tackle, and I believe he's forced out of bounds after a short pickup of maybe a couple yards. He is, in fact, out of bounds, and that will bring up that third and long situation we talked about.
Third down here. That looked like that play was going to develop into something as Oliver faked, and he had some room to the outside, but Dustin cutting it off quickly.
And it takes great run support from your defensive backs in situations like that. Third down passing situation for the Cougars. Oliver drops straight back. He'll throw out in the flat to number 90. That's Lowry. Juggling ball, broken up.
Rob Trigg
and Robinson also there. Incomplete. Lowry gets up with a little bit of a limp as he gets back to the huddle. And it was going to be well short of the first down, so he was going to have to catch it and run. So excellent coverage right there by Trigg and Robinson. So the Cougars will be forced to punt it away from the 42-yard line.
Yeah, if he would have received that ball, he would have been just at the line of scrimmage, so he had a good way to go on the run.
So with the wind behind him, Corson will try to pin the Seminoles deep.
Robinson Kramer standing deep.
And a nice high kick. They're going to let it hit about the 5. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Seminoles will put the ball in play from their own 20-yard line with 1:36 remaining in the first period. I look down below here. I see Channel 7, Channel 9 here. And from Channel 9, there's Don Sloan. And he may be here for some extended footage tonight because this is one of the biggest games in the Valley this evening. Also noticed, prior to coming upstairs here, scouts are here around Region 19. I saw a couple guys from Lisbon here. A couple of people from Steubenville Catholic were supposed to be here. So it's getting close to that time of year.
It certainly is. It's an exciting time of the year.
Motion by Weddle, and Shoemaker will try to bounce outside again and get a couple of yards.
Number 76, Sean Moser, was on the tackle. Moser. I'm never sure on names. Moser, but he did a nice job.
2-yard pickup by Shoemaker, second down, 8.
It'd be nice to have a couple twin towers like that in the middle of your defensive field, wouldn't it?
And have them only be sophomores.
Only sophomores.
They were regulars as freshmen last year. Wishbone formation. Shoemaker once again. He's going to break loose and get a first down.
He's to the 35-yard line, and I believe that's Moser again.
Yes, number 76, Sean Moser, that had the lag, and if he had not been able to hold on, I think Luke may have been ready to go for a huge gain.
Nice hole up the middle as he hit the hole quickly and through for a nice pickup. 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter. 7-zip for Monroe Central.
Power I formation. There's a fake to Shoemaker, and this is Robinson. He'll get 5, maybe 6 yards near the 40-yard line. And they'll play fake to Shoemaker and give it to Robinson. And that's going to take us probably to the end of the first period as there are 15 seconds left with the clock running. We'll hang on here and see whether the Seminoles elect to try to get off a play.
They may well wait and get the wind behind them. I think that's what Coach is indicating here.
And he signaled out to quarterback Joe Kress to hold up. And that's going to be the end of period number 1. Monroe Central 7, Frontier nothing. We'll be right back.
Before winter stops you in your tracks, stop by Monroe Tire Center, 314 Mill Street. At Monroe Tire, you get top quality tires with fast, dependable, and courteous service. We have computerized balancing and four-wheel alignment, specializing in front-end work including shocks and struts. Our services also include brake work with free brake inspection. We carry a full line of Summit tires, but are able to supply most other brands that you may want. Custom wheels and batteries are also available. Whether it's new, used, or retreads, stop in for all your tire needs. For honest, dependable service, call Monroe Tire Center at 472-5188.
The F.W. Shoemaker Insurance Agency was established in 1903. They have 3 agents and 3 customer service representatives to give you the kind of service you deserve. Being an independent insurance agency means they represent different companies, allowing them to compare for you. For all of your insurance needs, auto, home, life, bonds, business, or farms, contact F.W. Shoemaker Insurance Agency at 472-0876.
Period number 2 from a wind-blown Monroe Memorial Park, 7-0 Seminoles. Second down and 5 from the 40-yard line. That's Kramer in motion. That's Robinson on a straight dive
Nice play up the middle.
secondary.
He stopped there with a saving tackle by Brian Oliver.
Yeah, we've talked different times during the year about the passing attack of Monroe Central, the fact that the Seminoles were averaging just a little over 100 yards a game passing through the first period and the first play of the second period, strictly on the ground. But now with the wind behind, it could set the stage here for a little play action pass. But the ground game has been very good, so I guess, why stop until they stop you?
Luke with some impressive drives, and now Dustin getting into the act. And that was a nice hole open for Dustin. Luke again.
Shoemaker, he's in the secondary, stumbling forward to the 40-yard line.
Picks up
7-yard pickup.
Darren Howe, number 77 on the stop.
Yeah. So second down and about 3. In front, the Cougars giving up only about 121 yards a game, according to our stats, rushing per game. And here comes the first pass attempt of the game, and almost intercepted.
Brian Oliver stepping in front of Manoa Geese.
Robinson going deep, Crest electing to go to the short man and Geese, and the ball broken up and very nearly intercepted by Oliver. So the first pass attempt, not a successful one. Third down and 3. And at the 40-yard line, if the first down is not gained here, it'll be an interesting decision by Coach Acosta. So let's hope the first down occurs here and we don't have to worry about that. Power formation. And Shoemaker, he's going to be hitting the backfield. That's number 66. That's Shane Moser. And a loss of a yard. So the decision will be by Coach to punt the ball away with the wind at his back.
Nice play there by Shane Moser as he got through. Looked a little bit like what we see on the other side of the ball with Luke breaking through.
He just guessed right. He saw the power formation. He guessed right.
He got the hole.
Made the play.
Yep.
So Kramer, for the second time tonight, will punt with the stiff wind at his back. It's a good snap. He bobbles it.
Corson and Lowry
taking it to 10 and get out to the
about the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
17, you're right.
He made the decision to catch the ball there at the 10 and not take a chance of it rolling.
John Shoemaker, one of the Seminoles down on the stop.
With a 7-0 lead, I think you can't argue with the decision of not going for it on 4th and 4 in the middle of the field. You had to punt the ball away. Give people a little scare there. I looked away. And I think Eric just didn't handle the snap, but with no pressure, no problem. So the Cougars, for their third offensive possession of the night, at their own 17-yard line. And they'll be hit. Kramer makes the first hit, and then he'll get some help on the ball carrier. Number 3, his first carry of the night, Pat Hannell.
He stopped there by Will Weddle and Ludwig.
But the first guy he ran into was Kramer. And Eric, had just an outstanding game last week. along with a couple other individuals.
Eric just seems to get better each game.
And he's getting comfortable with that new position of defensive end. So hopefully some of those guys can get through there again and get some heat on the quarterback and get us some get us some snacks. So, 2nd down and 11. Oliver will throw the quick
nice
down.
Nice job.
That's Boer. Jamie Boer had the hands up and knocked the ball down. 3rd and 11. Defensive lineman, that's one thing you're taught. Get those hands up in the air. You know, Jamie has some nice size there, about 6'2", and he had his arms up in the air and batted that quick out down. And another 3rd and long situation by Frontier.
Biggest news here, 3rd and 11, 9:06. With the Cougars, they've got their back against their own end zone here, so this could be a big play. Big defensive stance for Monroe Central.
3 wide receivers, 2 right, 1 left for Frontier. Oliver will drop, he'll roll to the right.
A lot of
pressure. And the ball is
out of bounds.
We're waiting a signal. Incomplete. The ball was caught over there, but out of bounds. I'm not sure who the receiver was, but he was out of bounds. I was watching there where Yoho and Scott and someone else had some pretty good pressure
on him.
And I was kind of looking back, and Sam Scott put a hit on the quarterback, and I just wanted to make sure there wasn't a flag thrown there. But that's what it takes to get some pressure and get a couple of hits on the quarterback. Next time he goes to throw the ball, maybe he'll be looking over his shoulder. But Chad Yoho had some nice pressure along with Sam Scott.
So Corson, they're going to be back here, and this is a big punt.
And with the wind,
we should get some good field position.
The wind blowing very hard right in his face now. And the kick is high and very short, and a fair catch by Kramer at the 40-yard line.
Another instance here of good field position, 40-yard line, just inside the 40.
So the wind has definitely been a factor in the punting game thus far. That's only around a 23-yard punt, and with the wind behind him, Corson had a 40-yard punt just moments ago. So Seminoles in great field position at the Frontier 40-yard line, 8:51 remaining before half, and what has been a very fast and quick-moving first half of play. Slot formation to the right, or excuse me, to the left. Kress to run the option. And he'll pitch to Robinson. And running room for Dustin outside to the 25-yard line, out of bounds.
Tremendous job by Joe Kress.
Had a nice look at that right here from up above, and it looked for a moment like Joe might have a chance to cut it upfield, but the outside man stepped toward him. And
of course, when that happened, they left Robinson open.
And Robinson maintaining the good pitch distance, and that's what happens when you have people that have worked together for a couple of years. And it's a first down to the 23-yard line.
And that's such a beautiful play when it works, and works right.
Some 17 yards for Robinson. And the Seminoles in business once again.
8 minutes, 40 seconds.
And Robinson, he breaks
still on his feet at the 10.
He's going to be pulled down, another first down around the 8-yard line. First period, Luke Shoemaker. And second period has belonged to Dustin Robinson thus far. Of course, Dustin had the touchdown, but Luke is doing a lot of the lengthy yardage work. And now Dustin picking up some yardage.
I believe Lowry on the stop as he got him on the close to the 6-yard line, 7-yard line.
Yeah, just inside about the 8-yard line, probably near the 8. Getting the power formation. And Shoemaker off the right side. He's still on his feet about the 10 before finally being pushed back, or excuse me, about the 5-yard line, being pushed back. The official looks like he'll be near the 4 to mark the play down. 2nd and goal.
Most of, I believe, on one of them on the initial stop. The middle of that line getting a big surge. 3 rough yards up that middle.
Need to take advantage of this situation, get some points out of this field position in the short punt. And Kress to keep. He's going to spread to the corner, and he'll be short.
He's going to be
the
just
official
short.
on this side will mark him down just short of the goal line. The pylon went flying, and he's just less than a yard short. Good effort by Kress. Some of the people down the sideline there of our Monroe Central staff people giving a signal back up there just about a foot short. third down and a foot. Well, I've seen some times in the NFL where if you get close to that pylon, the hands shoot up for a touchdown.
Yeah. Wasn't the case this time. I thought they might give that to him.
He may have hit the ground right there before he hit the pylon. Third down and 1.
7:25 remaining in this half. 7-0.
Weddle in motion. Shoemaker, touchdown.
Touchdown, Luke Shoemaker.
So a touchdown each for Robinson and Shoemaker. They have done some great work in the first quarter and a half. And the Seminoles are now at 13-0. Extra point upcoming by Kress. And some great surges by that offensive line. Knowlton, Yoho, Hannes, Boer, Friday, Geese. You have to give those guys a lot of credit for opening up some holes there. And Luke and Dustin doing a great job. And the extra point attempt is going to be blocked. Number 2, Brian Oliver got through and blocked the extra point. But it's 7:23 left in half number 1. Monroe Central 13, Frontier nothing.
I believe on that touchdown, if the stats are right, that's the 12th touchdown for Luke, which would probably, who scored the first one for us?
Robinson had the first one.
One behind.
His 13th. And that's the kind of battle you like to see.
That's exactly right.
Trading scores. Yeah, with Lazier and Kress also putting a lot of points on the board there. That's 4 young men putting some points up. And maybe kind of tough to get Keith on the board tonight, because of the fact that the passing attack is going to be very limited because of the wind. But we'll see what happens as this game progresses. Right now, 13-0 lead, and some great work by the defensive unit. And hopefully that will keep up here. As we mentioned earlier, the importance of being ahead and not letting Frontier stay in the ball game at halftime. 13-0 at this point. Maybe Frontier will start thinking here at any time, boy, we can't play with these guys.
Yeah.
But I kind of doubt that.
I kind of doubt that.
Because when you're 7-1, you have confidence you can play with everybody, and they're just a bounce of the ball away from being 8-0 also. They lost 7-6 at Pine Grove Valley, and Valley hasn't lost a regular season game in over 3 years.
Punt.
Good kick. Lowry will bobble the ball, pick it up at the 10, and stumble and be buried. Joe Kress, first down. Had some help from Jamie Burr, but that was Joe Kress. And that's the 15-yard line.
Lowry just didn't handle that snap real well, dropped the ball, and when he came back to it, he was met head on there by Joe Kress. Joe with good coverage.
Momentum definitely on the Seminole side of the field.
7 minutes remaining in this half, 13-0.
Corson wide left, Lowry wide right. And a little check off there, I believe, as Corson gave a signal.
Oliver straight up.
Sneak to get a yard or 2. And trying to catch the people off, and just looking down here, Coach Acosta, Coach Singleton hollering out something at the officials, and I would guess possibly to watch for some holding. Coaches are always asking for holding.
You got to get their attention.
So same formation with Lowry right, Corson left. Oliver will try to throw the quick out to Lowry, and out of the hands of Lowry, and he may have just started to run before he caught the ball. Robinson was right there. Again, 3rd and 8. So we'll see what the Frontier has on this 3rd and 8. It's 6:14 left in the first half. A similar situation a few moments ago. The tight end, number 99, Bowersock, was able to get loose for big yardage. So you might keep an eye on him with 3 receivers wide. Oliver to throw.
Pressure again.
He has some heat, and he loads downfield and intercepted. Robinson. He's got some
trying to get it to the outside. He cuts it back.
The 30-yard line.
66, Shane Moser. Stopping him there at the 32-yard line.
Well, coming in tonight, I knew that the plan was to have Robinson shadow Lowry everywhere he went, and not flip-flop your defensive backs to the formation. and that paid off right there. There's Robinson right there making the interception, and some pressure by Boer.
And Dustin went right up and took that out of the hands of Lowry. He had good position on the inside.
Yeah, for an
and
instant
just
there,
went
I
up and
thought
got
Lowry
it.
might
I
be able
thought
to
he
pull
might
the ball
take it away, yeah.
But good field position once again by the Seminoles at the 32-yard line.
And Joe's
Kress
back.
drops the throw. He's going to throw the screen to Shoemaker. And he'll get to the 28-yard line. Pick
Oliver
up
on the
4
stop.
yards.
Brian Oliver stopping him as he wasn't fooled.
Didn't get the block that he needed there. Good job by Oliver coming up and shedding that block. But a 4-yard pickup or on first down, bring up second down and about 6.
Joe hitting Luke here at the flat. And right in the middle of the field, we also had a man wide open. So, you know, something to look for later.
It'd be nice to get another score on the board before halftime. Second down, 6. Robinson.
Still on his feet.
Moving to the 20
Down to the 20.
And very near the first down. I believe he has it.
Childress and Moser, Sean Moser on the stop.
Dustin broke through there, and someone had a hold of him, but the legs kept going, and momentum was able to get Dustin that extra yard or 2 he needed, and it is a first down with the nose of the football just shy of the 20-yard line.
Dustin doing such a great job. You know, he was, I thought, stopped at the line of scrimmage or slightly through.
4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Slot formation. Kress to run the option. He's going to keep.
He's keeping this
He's
time.
got some running room, and he's got the end zone. Joe Kress is in the end zone before the ball came loose. And another good decision by Kress, as that time they took the pitch away. Joe Kress used that speed to go 20 yards for a touchdown.
Almost the exact same play as we could see it developing up here. This time, instead of hitting his pitch man, he just tucked it away and saw the end zone. The ball being stripped as he went through, but it didn't matter. He was in the end zone.
20-0. And the Seminoles came to play tonight. And, you know, Coach Shacosta is a master motivator, and he had the troops ready to go. Seminoles will go for 2 to try to get the point back from the blocked extra point. And they'll go with the option again. Pitch to Robinson, and he'll glide into the end zone. And that's 21-0. Seminoles, 4:15 left. Yeah. And as Yogi Berra would say, who would have thunked it?
Who would have thunk it is right, Coach. Really a beautiful job. That last time, you know, Dustin did walk into the end zone, and he could walk in. They're doing a beautiful job on the pitch.
And just looking over at the Frontier sidelines here as they get over to prepare to return this kick. And I got to think that things are going to start dragging very soon by the Cougars. 4:15 remaining before halftime. There's an eternity left, but I'm sure Frontier didn't plan on or think there was any chance they would be down 21-0 at this point in the game. As you see them walking to their position now on that, as you look at the other side, you know, the Seminoles jogging to their position.
So it's got to be humiliating coming in. You know, they thought had a very, very good opportunity coming in.
Several Cougars walking around with their helmets off, and, you know, that's just, you know, a little bit demoralizing, you know, being down 21-0.
This is the time when you see what you're made of. You know, these young men.
So Shoemaker
Suck it up
preparing
and
to
go.
kick. He'll check his people, make sure he has 11, and he does. And get that ball up in the wind and drive it deep. And the ball has blown off the tee just before Shoemaker was ready to approach.
We have Corson, Childress, and Lowry back deep for Frontier. They'll be standing on about their 15-yard line with Corson back on the 10.
We'll try this again with the ball now re-teed. And the kick is high, not real deep. Corson will take it on his right side. And there's Kramer and some others as he crosses the 25. Ledwig also on the tackle. And the Cougars will put the ball in play from their own 28-yard line. And pretty decent coverage there. As we near the 4-minute mark remaining in the first half. One more great defensive stand before halftime.
Big figures on the board, 21-0 in favor of Monroe Central, and I don't think anyone in the stands thought it would be this type of a ball game in the first half.
And here comes Childress, and there's Kramer.
Kramer there with somebody hanging on his foot.
That was one of the Mosers, the pulling guard that time, and Kramer just played off the block and was right there and made the big time play on Childress. A gain of about a yard, but good play by Eric Kramer from his defensive end spot. 2nd and 9. Four receivers this time, no backs. And he'll try to throw for Childress, and the ball will hit off his arm and fall incomplete.
Pass behind Childress as he cut across. Just a quick hit there in the middle.
Behind and maybe thrown with a little more velocity than what was necessary. So here we are again in the 3rd and long situation with 3:11 remaining in the half.
Not too sure that not WTAP out of Parkersburg down on the sideline shooting. Of course, WTAP out of Parkersburg, Frontier would be in their coverage area.
Oliver coming to this right side, looking to throw. He throws up a balloon to Lowry. And
Lowry's got it, I believe.
Kress and Robinson there, but Lowry makes up the play. The ball hung up an awfully long time in the wind, but Lowry made the play, and that's a big first down by the Cougars. Their biggest offensive play thus far at the Seminole 38-yard line.
Wasn't a real pretty pass. It held up there longer than maybe the quarterback would have liked. But Lowry coming back and got it, and a big first down here. Ball on the 38-yard line. 2:50 remaining in this first half.
Cougars badly wanting to get a score on the board before halftime. They'll pitch to Childress, and he'll be stopped by Kramer and others. There's Weddle.
Nice job by Kramer as he fought off a block.
There's Dimmerling and Sam Scott also getting out in that area. See Coach Singleton having a word with the official there. Again, I really feel like that the coaches are looking for a holding flag, with the exception of the 2 encroachment penalties on Frontier lining up in the neutral zone. I believe that may be our only penalties thus far this evening. Very well played game from that standpoint by both teams. Childress picks up near 3 to the 35, 2nd and 7. They'll send Hanno in motion to the right, giving them 3 receivers out there, and they'll try to throw to Lowry. And we have a flag down, and Robinson up to make the play on Lowry, and we'll see what the flag is.
Flag thrown in the backfield there.
Thrown immediately, just as the ball was thrown. I don't know if you may have had an ineligible receiver downfield or a holding penalty. Holding is the signal from Luke Shoemaker.
See if Luke can call this.
And I would say he knows what he's talking about.
I thought also they had the man in motion. I didn't know whether he stepped upfield too soon or not, but
sometimes you plant that seed in the mind of the officials to look for holding, and every once in a while it pays off.
But if you don't plant the thought, sometimes you're sorry for it.
As you notice on the other side of the field, you can see Coach Russ Morris of the Cougars over there working on the official on that side. He's going to look for some equal treatment. But that flag came from the umpire. He's in the middle of the field, so he's not really influenced by either sideline. So the ball moved back to the 46-yard line.
That was a big mistake for the Frontier Cougars. That sets them way back.
2nd and 18. The play had went for very short yardage, but 2nd and 18 is better than the probably 3rd and 5 that it would have been. Robinson doing a pretty good job on Lowry and stopping him for a short gain. Oliver wants to throw. They'll look for the screen. Childress, and the ball is bounced. Little pressure there from Scott and Boer. The ball one-hopped the intended receiver, Childress.
Going to bring up a big 3rd down with 1:30 remaining in the first half. It looked like Frontier might come up with a series of plays here before the halftime, but it's kind of turned sour on them. Penalties, and then that play was just a busted play. You know, they had good pressure, but the man was open. They had the screen to him.
That's what one big penalty can do for you in a game. Anytime you get into a big game, one turnover, one penalty can really make a difference. Oliver faking, rolling to the right.
Good pressure.
He's going
He's got
short.
a man open.
Oh,
What a hit. I believe that's Will Weddle.
No, I believe
Luke
that's
Shoemaker.
Luke Shoemaker. That's Handel, the ball carrier, the receiver on the play. And that's going to be 4th and about 12. And I hope our friends from the news media had a good shot of that one.
Yeah.
That made the Friday night news. That could be one of the plays of the week. So in 4th and long at the 39-yard line, 4th and 11, the Cougars will elect to punt the ball away with less than a minute remaining in the half. And of course, in angles toward the sideline, it's going to be out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. Only about an 18-yard punt with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Coach sends his play in. A good chance that this first play will be very conservative with Robinson or Shoemaker on a running play. You see what happens. You have 3 timeouts left if you want to use them, but you're already up 21-0. I don't think the Seminoles want to risk any kind of a mistake.
No, you don't want to forward anything right here on the 20-yard line. 45 seconds.
Be very
leading
happy.
21-0.
But you go with Shoemaker. He'll get near the 25-yard line. About 4 yards. 30 seconds
Moser
and
and Strickler on the stop. Nice gain up the middle there. 22 seconds remaining.
One more play by the Seminoles, and we'll be at halftime. And Robinson, he'll have the first down at the 32-yard line as time has expired in the first half. And what a first half by the Seminoles. Monroe Central 21, a very shocked Frontier Cougars, nothing.
Most of us don't spend a lot of time thinking about septic service until we really need it. Sparky Septic Service is there when you need them with liquid waste removal, septic tank cleaning, or portable toilets. Sparky serves Eastern Ohio and the Northern Panhandle. When you need portable toilets for special events, call them at 472-0525. Remember their motto, in our business, a flush beats a full house. You already know that Woodsfield Ashland has 100% pure gasoline along with kerosene and diesel fuel. And you know about Kirk's homemade ice cream available in more than 27 flavors. And about their great pizza. Call ahead at 472-1745 to order your pizza to eat before or after the game. But did you know that Ashland's the place for fantastic hamburgers cooked in just 45 seconds? Now that's fast food. And for dessert, top it off with Southern shaved ice in lots of flavors. For ice cream, pizza, hamburgers, or Southern snow, go to the Ashland right now. They're open till 11:30 Monday through Saturday until 10 on Sunday. Thinking of building, buying, or remodeling? We can help with the cash you need at Woodsfield Savings and Loan, 105 West Court Street. We offer prompt expert service and make every attempt to avoid red tape. We make it easy to obtain a mortgage loan or to receive a construction loan for the house of your dreams. Come to Woodsfield Savings and Loan for help with your future as we prepare for our future facility and services. A new location, drive-through convenience and checking, but that same personal attention you've always counted on from Woodsfield Savings and Loan. Are you just too busy these days? Do you intend to buy a card or go shopping for a gift for that special occasion, but you just never get that round to it? Call Woodsfield Greenhouse and let them take care of all your gift-giving needs. For birthdays, anniversaries, congratulations, or just because, send a fresh cut or silk bouquet with a balloon. Or how about a planner for new babies, get well, or funerals? For home or office, treat yourself to wreaths, swags, and floor plants. And of course, we do weddings and give free delivery in town. Let Woodsfield Greenhouse work for you.
Period number 3 about to get underway. All Seminoles first half, 21-0. Just made a walk around at halftime, Dale. Saw overheard a gentleman over in the Frontier side talking. That there, I assume maybe a parent of one of their people or one of their fans, who said, "I never thought that I would see our defensive line, meaning the Cougar defensive line, get dominated like this." So, you know, that's the name of the game thus far, as on the front.
It has been
right up on the line.
Monroe Central ball game all the way. You know, they, from the first series of downs, you know, 3 and out, and they came back the next series and scored, and it's just been a nice and impressive ball game. This kick's going to go out of bounds.
The Shoemaker's kick off the little bit off the side of his foot, untouched,
22-yard line.
out of bounds. The Frontier will have the option of a re-kick or to take the ball at the 35-yard line. They undoubtedly will take the ball at the 35. Just the idea, one of the newspaper people here, and I believe there's about 4 newspapers represented here tonight.
And Don Sloan's still down here, you know, from Channel 9.
But the Wheeling gentleman from the Wheeling Intelligencer is up here on top with us, and he has Seminoles with 199 yards rushing the first half, Shoemaker with 91, Robinson with 85, and Kress with 23, and that's, you know, a touchdown apiece, and this, you know, that just goes a long way, you know, into a total offense, and really one big play, or the Cougars would have very little yardage. Also, we're kind of shaking up here in the wind, because I walked around, I saw 4 people with short pants on.
I can't believe it. Maybe it's warmer downstairs. I don't know.
But one of them was not Dan Weber, so, you know, so Dan's smart enough to have long pants on.
Oh, big hole for Childress.
By Childress, across the 50. He cuts back where Trigg will bring
from
him
behind
down
by Trigg.
At the 35-yard line, so 30 yards right off the...
Childress doing a tremendous job. They were missed tackles all the way up the field as he did some jooting and jiving, and nice pickup. The ball is going to be on the 34-yard line into Central Territory.
You know, 21-0. Seminoles, you know, the last thing you want to see happen from the Monroe Central standpoint would be the Cougars to come down and cut that to 21-7, you know, real quick in the third period.
Yeah, you can't set on a 21-0 laurels here. Oliver
to keep,
and he's caught behind Scott. Sam
Scott made the first hit. I think Brewer was able to finish up the play, but Sam Scott shot through untouched and made the play. A loss of a couple of yards, and 2nd and 12.
Big defensive play again.
And that's what you need, a big defensive play to follow up an opponent's big offensive play to kind of pull that momentum back your way. So 2nd and 12 as Oliver's caught for a 2-yard loss. He wants to throw the pop pass again, and it's complete to Bowersock inside the 20. And for the second time tonight, Bowersock down the middle of the field all alone and makes a nice reception. And it's a first down, Cougars at the 18-yard line.
So the Cougars certainly have come out to play in this second half. 21-0, not intimidating them. Bowersock, again, as I mentioned before, is 6'2", 210 pounds. He's a big target to bring down.
Again, to Childress. Right up the middle to Childress, and he's inside the 15. He has some
Will Weddle, I believe, on the stop.
And this is the closest that the Cougar offense has been thus far tonight.
Childress also only a sophomore. Mac Childress, 5'7", 140 pounds.
As we mentioned earlier, the Cougars with only 4 or 5 seniors on their roster.
I believe they have 5 seniors.
A lot of youngsters at sophomores and juniors playing some key time. Oliver to keep.
He slipped down
as he tried to cut back about the line of scrimmage.
He had a blocker, but there was a lot of pursuit out that way. 3 or 4 black jerseys pursuing, and he tried to cut back in and slipped.
I think your defensive end, Kramer, doing a good job staying to the outside, and then when Oliver tried to cut it back to the inside, he slipped and gets no gain on the play. 3rd and 5 with the ball at the 13-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 3rd and 5. Oliver drops the throw. He's going to the corner of the end zone for Lowry, and broken up over there by
no good.
Robinson.
Tremendous job as Lowry went up, and he had the ball in his hands, but Robinson right there.
That's been quite a match. A top-notch wide receiver in Lowry and a top-notch defensive back in Robinson, and they've done battle a couple of times tonight. Lowry has made I believe 2 receptions, but only 1 for any kind of yardage, and Robinson has knocked a couple of plays down. So it's been a real nice matchup, and I'm sure will continue to be the remainder of the night. 4th and 5, the Cougars will go for it.
He drops the pass. A lot of pressure
from Yoho, and the ball's complete.
I believe it's
but
short.
Way short of the first down. The Seminole defense has held Yoho with some great pressure, along with, I believe, Boer. And that forced him to unload the ball in a hurry, and the Seminole defense has met the challenge.
Again has held.
And has held and gets the ball back, and the shutout is still intact.
That was just a tremendous job as they broke through and gave a lot of pressure on Oliver. He had to force the ball almost underthrown, but it was short of the first down, and we have it 1st and 10. 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Dustin, the second man through.
Robinson will get near the 20-yard line. He's going to have 5. It was about 5 yards on the play, maybe near 6. With Luke around 91 yards in the first half, that I believe puts him at just over 1,000 for the year.
He had 930 some according to the paper.
And that carry right there will put Robinson at about 90 for the game. And so the ground attack has really done a great job, and to give the offensive line a lot of credit.
Quick hit there for
Shoemaker.
Luke.
He's just short of the first down at the 23-yard line. They're going to stop the clock. He may be closer than what I thought. They're going to take a look at it. And it is just shy of the first down. 3rd down. And
but it is close.
Just less than a yard. Weddle will bring the play in. The last couple of weeks, the Seminoles have come out in the second half with a little bit more of an air attack than what they showed in the first half. Be interesting to see with the ground game working so well and the wind conditions as they are, to see how often Crest will try to put the ball in the air. Just a couple of attempts thus far. Shoemaker will have the first down at the 25-yard line. And a nice time-consuming drive for a touchdown here would just about be what the doctor ordered.
Moser and Howe on the stop as he gets the first down. Where again they'll have a first down, 7:35 remaining in the third quarter.
Slot formation right. Leisure will be the split end to the right side. And here comes the option to Crest. He's going to try to cut it back, and not much going by Joe that time. And
I believe that's Oliver. Did a nice job there.
Maybe for the first time tonight, maybe Joe didn't make the best decision on the option, because earlier tonight he's made 2 great decisions on the option that has resulted in 2 touchdowns, one for himself and one for Robinson. But that time Oliver had to play red, and we're going to get stoppage as I think we have an equipment problem. Chris Demmerling will come in and replace Trevor Friday. I think a snap was broken on Friday's helmet. They'll get that repaired. But Demmerling will be in this play at guard. And it's nice to have a player like Demmerling to fill in on the line. You really lose nothing when Chris is in on the offensive line. Slot formation left. Robinson.
Nice hole.
He's the 35-40, 44-yard line. First down, Dustin Robinson. Corson and Oliver on the tackle. If we're not able to get a little pressure on Oliver offensively, maybe we'll wear him out by making him get a lot of tackles defensively, because he's been in on a lot of plays from his position.
Corson was out here in the flat when Robinson came. Robinson taking him head on and picking up nice yardage. Again, equipment problems. Looks like Dustin this time.
Friday returns with his equipment repaired. Robinson now a problem with the helmet. The Cougar side of the field probably wish the officials would make Dustin leave the game to get his equipment fixed. But we're ready to go now, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Laser split wide right. This is the near side. Shoemaker.
Shoemaker,
Not a
nothing
lot
much
of room.
there.
He tried to bounce it outside. He'll get a 2 or 3 yards. See where they place it. It's number 62, Gail Depew, and on that play, along with one or maybe both of the Moser
At least
brothers.
one of the Moser boys.
Second down and call it 7. About a 3-yard pickup by Shoemaker. Slot to the left. Robinson.
Nice
Running
running back. He's got
one man to beat to the 30-yard line. Corson with the tackle, but a huge gain. About 25 yards by Robinson. And he's going to now be well over 100 yards rushing.
And gets the Seminoles in great field position inside the 30-yard line.
And we talked a week or two ago about the fact that Robinson and Shoemaker and Leisure and Kress have really lost some opportunities to really pile up some nice stats because of the type of scores. But Shoemaker and Robinson, both well over 100 yards, and we're still only midway through the third period. Kress on the option. He's going to keep. He's going to jump his own man, get to the 20, 18-yard line. Shoemaker was the lead blocker. He was down. Kress just hurdled him and got some extra yardage. He's near another first down.
Swabin meeting Kress head on there and taking him down along with helpers, 2 other Cougar helpers.
And it is a first down. Maybe Joe will run track this spring and become a hurdler.
I'm not too sure that's what you want your quarterback doing, jumping in the air for but, he's a competitor.
If you're going to jump somebody, it's best to jump over your own man and not one of the opponents. But it's another first down for the Seminoles by Kress, as he has gained some nice yardage on a couple of keepers. We'll get the slot once again. Split with Leisure. He's going to get the ball in the reverse. This doesn't look good.
Not much there.
It's going to be a loss of about 5 yards, a little new wrinkle, as Leisure was wide as a flanker to the right and came back in motion. Handoff on the reverse.
And Childress not fooled.
Childress was right there. And the loss back to the 24-yard line, loss of 5.
Coach, you think this is not an important game? We've got Don Sloan under the goalpost for Channel 9. You got Channel 7 at the end zone and WTAP from Parkersburg
by
right at the goal line.
Three TVs and 4 newspapers represented here this evening.
Looking underneath. Leisure.
Had his hands on it. And
just a little behind him, I believe, and couldn't hang on.
If you haven't had a chance to run out yet on this Saturday morning and pick up your Wheeling Intelligencer, you might want to do so. They have a photographer here also, so I look forward to seeing that in their paper on Saturday morning. And next week, you think there's a lot of media here tonight. Wait till next week. So 3rd and long, something we've been not had a lot of these situations. Kress wants to throw the screen.
Drops it under.
Get to Shoemaker, and he'll step away from a couple people.
Still on his feet.
And he's on his feet still for a first down. That's individual effort. Luke Shoemaker.
Superior individual effort.
Looked like he was hit for a loss, was able to keep his feet, and gets the first down. He's near the 5-yard line. A great effort by Luke.
It looked as if Luke wasn't going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but just tremendous individual effort, getting it down and not only getting good ground coverage, but first down.
Yeah, we mentioned the media for next week. Barnesville radio station is to be here to cover the game, and Channel 9's game of the week. We hope everybody will still watch us on Saturday morning next week.
Well, you got to get to both sides of the coverage.
Kress pitch to Robinson. Nice pickup. He's down near the goal line and in the end zone. Touchdown.
I believe the final surge of the tacklers pushed him on in as they did a great job.
Hit hard by a couple of Cougars, and that final surge knocked him into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Seminoles go some 87 yards for a touchdown. 27-0. And if Frontier was not demoralized
before, they should be now.
Going near the length of the field herself and getting no points, and then having to the Knolls come right back and put another 6 on the board. Well, what a drive. Snaps a little low. Cress's kick goes right through there. 3:07 remaining in the third period. Monroe Central 28, Frontier Cougars nothing.
Beautiful job. And who would have thunk it, Coach?
One big pass play, everything else on the ground. A nice mixture of Shoemaker and Robertson with a little crest thrown in on the side. And, you know, what a performance. Almost flawless performance thus far by the Seminoles, both especially offensively, but also with the defense as they've kept Frontier off the board. And just a great effort all the way around. So Shoemaker will prepare to kick off. You know, the Cougars will have the wind at their back in the fourth period, but with, you know, what now amounts to a 4-touchdown deficit, you know, it's going to take some big plays in order to get back in the game. And just, you know, looking once again as the Cougars walk to their position for this kickoff with players with their helmets off, and you know, they're really down. You know, as I said before, you know, 28-0 never can cross their mind. I'm not sure that it crossed the mind of many people on the Seminole side.
I'm sure it didn't cross the mind of Coach DaCosta. He and Coach Fox down there talking, and I'm sure very, very pleased right now with 3:07 and a lopsided score here in favor of the Central.
Shoemaker's kick high and going to hit
and
roll to the end zone. Touchback as Lowry and Corson looked at each other, let the ball hit. And as I said, the Cougars just are not in the game mentally at all at this time. You know, but a good kick by Shoemaker, hitting on about the 5-yard line on the fly. A little help from the wind, but you know, great effort. And the Cougars will put the ball in play now at their own 20-yard line. We see that Yoho is briefly out of the game, replaced by John Shoemaker, getting a breather. Try to get some fresh legs in to chase the quarterback Oliver around, which may now be almost exclusively passing situations for the Cougars.
It's going to get much easier here, I think.
And here's Oliver. He will throw. He will go deep. There's Robinson against Lowry, and the ball is caught by Lowry. What a catch.
I believe Lowry did come down with it.
Super catch by Tim Lowry. Robinson had pretty good position, but Lowry just went high.
Just went over top.
Used his height advantage to take the ball down. Nothing you can do about that. You know, a great throw and a great catch. And the Cougars now at the 41-yard line with a first down. You know, Lowry's quite a talent. He has the ability to get the ball at any time. So you have to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Lowry
a lot of athleticism getting up there and coming down with the ball.
Lowry now to the left. Oliver to throw once
again.
Some pressure. Childress.
And he's not immediately behind.
Weddle and Trigg. As they were not blocked on the screen. And the result will be a loss of 4 yards. Good play there by both Weddle and Trigg. I feel like maybe we're in Candlestick Park with this wind blowing. I see wrappers of hot dogs or something blowing around on the field.
Speaking of, a hot dog would go good right now.
Second down, 14.
2:08 remaining in this third quarter.
4-man front. A pass out here to Lowry. He's going to try to throw it, and he'll throw it downfield and intercepted and dropped.
Oh.
Too many Seminoles in the neighborhood as 4 players on coverage.
Kramer having the ball in his hands, but
Kramer back.
Just couldn't hang on.
And he had a lot of help back there. In that case, too much help. As Lowry on the option pass, the initial pass was a lateral.
Kind of a dying quail of a pass. Floated around up there into the wind. Another big third down situation here for the Cougars.
14. That last play just brings up a question here I'll mention after this play. Oliver to throw. He goes across the middle. This is Corson, and he'll be near a first down before he's finally pulled down.
It'll be very close there, depending on where they mark the ball.
But on that last play, the quick lateral to Lowry and then the pass downfield, I know the ball held up a long time in the wind. It looked like a couple linemen downfield for the Cougars got down there very quickly. But as I say, that ball did hang up in the air a long time, so they may have been okay. Ludwig out, replaced by another defensive lineman on fourth and short.
Oliver, nothing.
Very little. Shoemaker has a hold of him.
I don't think.
Demmerling is also there. We'll see where they mark the ball.
It's all on placement, but I don't think he made it.
We see Knowlton getting up.
Well, they got a good marking.
And they'll take a look at it. Yoho in there at this time. So they were all there and did a nice job stacking it up. The officials will take a look at it. And it is not a first down.
Wow. Not short by much.
And that placement once again, and
so important
for the Cougars, just nothing has went right tonight, and even on fourth and less than a yard, the sneak not able to get the yardage. A great job of the defensive line and the linebackers, and the Seminoles have held once again. Less than 1:10 remaining in the third period, and a couple of times the Cougars have started to move the ball, but have nothing to show for it.
This third quarter winding down here, but it's been all Seminoles.
Crest back, he wants
looking.
to throw. He puts it up. Leisure. He puts a move on to the 30. Turns on the speed, 20. 10-yard line. Keith Leisure.
What a job by Keith Leisure.
About 60 yards on the play.
The ball hung up in the air. Defensive man, of course, watching his man. And Leisure coming back to the ball, going up, getting it, and then some nice moves as he picked up an extra 20 yards, possibly 22 yards after the reception.
Leisure's first catch of the night. That big play is going to get Joe up there toward that 100 yards per game that he has been averaging throwing the ball.
That wasn't the prettiest pass of the night, but it did the business.
Very effective. Scoring opportunity once again. The play went out of bounds with 37 seconds left in the third period. Option
again.
Crest
steps it in.
And he has yardage inside the 5.
Looks like they're standing about the 2.5, 3 yard line.
Well, I tell you, the people on the hillside in this end zone are about to become very disappointed, Dale, because we're now 15 seconds left in the period.
And they're going to go to the other end.
And they're going to go to the other end of the field for this score, or what we hope will be this score. We have reached the end of period number 3. Superb performance by the Seminoles. Seminoles 28, Cougars nothing.
At West 78 Auto Sales, we'll take anything on trade. Well, almost anything. If you're looking for a used car to fit your budget, West 78 Auto can fix you right up. Stop by and ask Dale about our financing. You buy here, you pay here. And on your way to or from the car lot, why not have a bite to eat at Hometown Restaurant, where home cooking is just like Grandma used to make. The mashed potatoes are real, the gravy doesn't come from a jar, and the homemade soup simmers to perfection. West 78 Auto at Hometown Restaurant in Woodsfield. Westcourt Hair Fashion's new in name, but the same in advanced high-tech hair care products and services. Westcourt is staffed with 10 highly qualified technicians to serve their clients' different needs. Products sold only in the finest salons include Nexus, Paul Mitchell, Bricado, each with a money-back guarantee. To keep that healthy look all year round, 2 Wolf tanning beds along with the best tanning and skincare products. Call 472-5350 today to get a new you at a new name, Westcourt Hair Fashions. Let Swiss Lands Realty help you find what you need. A beautifully landscaped lawn surrounds this house in Woodsfield. The property is on 2 lots and has a huge 2-stall garage. Inside, this 3-bedroom ranch has 2.5 baths, a large living room, kitchen dining area, a storage room, and a utility room. New cool vent windows and new doors, another big plus. Beautifully maintained, this home is ready for you to unlock the door and move in. We take listings on all types of property at Swiss Lands Realty, 472-0614.
Period number 4 about to get underway. Seminoles second down, and they can get a first down. Call it 2nd and 2 from just inside the 3-yard line. Power I in the backfield. Weddle fighting forward, very near the goal line, and that's going to be very near the first down. See where they spot that.
Another big placement, Coach.
3rd down, I believe, but very near the first down and very near the touchdown. First carry.
Sean Moser, last man to get up out of the pile. Rough yardage.
We see Harrelson was in for that play, now replaced by Arden. Arden will be split wide right. Wishbone formation in the backfield. 3rd down. Robinson walks into the end zone. Another touchdown, Dustin Robinson.
What a nice play. Big hole.
Big hole in the right side.
Nice handoff, and Robinson again untouched, walking in. That shows what a tremendous job the line on that right side was doing.
Chad Yoho, the veteran on that right side of the line, doing a nice job, and this is 34-0. Joe Kress to attempt the point. Good snap. Kick is no good. Yeah, the ball hooked badly. But with 11 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the game, Monroe Central 34, Frontier nothing.
Tremendous all-around performance by the Seminoles. We've had some lopsided games this season, Coach, but we would have never thought that you would have had one tonight. You know, we've had games where you end up in the 3rd and 4th quarter and you've got all the younger guys in and really not much to talk about as far as the senior athletes. But, you know, tonight, 34-0, we got a quarter of action to go.
Well, we could talk about a few things as people start to look ahead now. And what this does is, for the Seminoles, clinches at least a tie for the PVC title. You know, Seminoles will remain unbeaten in the PVC with the game next week against Bellsville. Frontier with 1 loss.
And puts tremendous pressure as far as for the Seminole for next week, the Bellsville game. Because that's, you know, that's a big game also. You got to have that one to get into the state playoffs.
Right, Bellsville already has a couple PVC losses, and depending on the outcome of their Friday night game at Mapletown, PA, you know, next week could be another playoff game for both teams. Winner has a chance to go, loser does not. A lot depends on what happens, you know, tonight with a lot of other games. Shoemaker's kick high into the wind.
They let it bounce.
Corson's going to pick it up. Jason Ludwig
Nowhere.
is first there along with Daniel Ludwig and Josh Jones at about the 23-yard line. So handshakes all the way around. And clock running as we're near the 11-minute mark and the time remaining in the game. All that remains now is that Seminole defense to hold a couple more times, and a shutout is now their goal. Oliver still at quarterback for the Cougars. He's going to throw again to the tight end, Bowersock, and complete.
I believe the ball might have been tipped, though, at the line of scrimmage. Bowersock still able to come up with it.
I believe you're right. Trigg and Shoemaker on the tackle. Short gain of out to the 32. That's about 8 yards.
That's been a successful play for them, just that little hitter over the top.
I believe that's the 3rd catch for Bowersock. Second down and 2. And they'll go a quick one again for Lowry.
And knocking it away.
Again, great position by Robinson. Lowry really did not stand a chance to catch that ball. And he has made 2 or 3 catches tonight, but everywhere he's went, he's had company. So 3rd and short, we see Ludwig checking out again, and the extra lineman Knowlton entering the game. Last time on a short yardage situation, the Cougars tried to sneak and did not make it. Shoemaker and everyone up tight.
Everyone up tight.
And they'll not go with the sneak. They'll go on a
Childress this
dive.
time, and he's got it, I believe.
Good play call there. The sneak had not been real successful for them. They give it to Childress, and he'll get the first down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, nice job that time of the Cougars. You know, most of the attention going to Oliver, and Childress just kind of slipped in on the far side, cut back, and got the needed yardage. Didn't pick up a lot, but enough.
Yeah, we need the Cougars to bounce back strong next week with a win to give us some important second-level points. Oliver wants to throw. He's got pressure, and
Childress
to Childress, and Yoho with the tackle.
And we've got
by Shoemaker and a flag. And this is going to go against the Seminoles. And the call is going to be a spearing call. And that may be the first Monroe Central penalty of the night. So a personal foul and a 34-0. Not a lot will be said by Coach Sarcosta, to the officials on that. But, if there's a closer game, I'm sure plenty would be said. So after the 44-yard line, still a nice defensive play by Yoho to read that and make the tackle.
.924.
So that's from the spot of the foul. So that's going to be a repeat of first down. As the downs marker says, first down and a yard. Oliver wants to throw again.
Sam Scott, a lot of pressure.
And a sack. Sam Scott had a hold of him.
Yoho in the backfield and Brewer.
Yoho had some contact. Brewer will get credit for the sack.
Very nice defensive play.
A loss of 3 yards. 2nd and 3. A little more than 3.
Depew into the ball game, number 62, checking in.
A couple of our defensive linemen told me today about the number of sacks they were going to get. We have not had a lot of sacks, but we've had some excellent pressure, which has been just as effective. Oliver wants to throw.
Oliver again down.
That's Kramer and Scott on the tackle. A loss. Oliver may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 3. See Kramer coming out. And Leisure will place him at defensive end. Does not seem to be a problem there. As Eric standing alongside Coach Sherman, Coach Sarcosta down the sideline.
Pointing to his eye where he might have got hit in the eye, momentarily, needed a little bit of time.
Oliver to drop, throw again.
Looking underneath.
And the ball's tipped and
ball tipped again.
And he's still
on his feet.
That's going to be a first down Frontier. Robinson and Ludwig finally able to make the tackle, but it's first down Frontier at the 38 in Monroe Central territory. Now we'll say this, the Frontier, the whole second half has put together some offensive plays and has moved the ball much better than they did the first half. Oliver to throw again,
dropping it off here.
And that was Childress, the intended receiver, and he may have saw a blur coming at him in the form of number 44, Shoemaker.
He's dropped a couple tonight that I think that he's kind of had his eye taken off the ball.
And I believe a wise choice not catching the ball there, because it would have been a loss of yardage and also probably a couple of bruises. 2nd and 10.
We still got 7 minutes remaining in this ball game.
They'll give to Childress on the dive. He'll have near 3 yards to the 35. In a way, I'm a little bit surprised in my limited knowledge of play calling of football that Childress is running as much inside tackle on this dive play as he is, because I know for a fact he has very good quickness and speed, but they've not run him on any sweeps or quick pitches or anything like that thus far tonight. They have tried to get him out in the open field via the screen pass, but he's run inside a lot more and done an okay job. Because he's not he's not a very big young man.
5'7", 140 pounds.
They'll fake him and throw it to Lowry again. He has another catch.
Inside the 20.
It will be a first down. Robinson on the tackle down to near the 17-yard line. So Lowry's starting to rack up some nice numbers. But the only numbers that really count at this time are 34-0, Monroe Central.
I'm sure Monroe Central players on the field would like to preserve the shutout.
6 minutes remaining in the game, and we have a whistle and stoppage of play. And timeout
take a timeout
taken by Monroe Central. Timeout, Monroe Central. As Coach Singleton and Coach Acosta will talk to the defensive troops. 5:58 on the clock. And let's step aside for a real quick timeout.
For almost any size job, the area's most extensive fastener display is at Ager Hardware. Small engine belts in all sizes, too. And it's that time of the year for Oregon chains and bars and, of course, hunting licenses, shells, and accessories. Home improvements are easy with a large inventory of electrical and plumbing supplies and standard bathroom fixtures. A full line of kitchen and laundry appliances are always in stock. Custom paints for interior and exterior fall fix-ups. Special services, screen repair and glass cutting. Car wax and car care products, bikes of all kinds, and just arrived vent-free and kerosene heaters. Eggers, much more than a hardware store.
Cougars back to the line, 1st and 10 from the 17 as they try to get a score on the board and avoid the shutout. Oliver will give on the dive to Childress. Not much going there. Demmerling and Leisure and I believe Weddle making that stop after a pickup of less than 2. Sam Scott returning, replacing Leisure. Ball at the 15-yard line, 2nd and 8. Lowry, wide left. Corson, wide right. Oliver run the option. The pitch back to Childress, and nothing going.
Nothing there.
He's buried.
He's caught behind the original line of scrimmage, I believe, or maybe just slightly above.
Weddle on the tackle, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a little, maybe a half a yard as the ball just rests over the 15, but very little gain, bringing up 3rd down and
call it 7
about
on the
7.
clock. 4 minutes 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. Big defensive stand says the shutout, can be important right here, both morally and computer-wise.
Oliver to throw.
Looking.
He's going toward the end zone.
Intercepted.
This is Kress. Look out. He's the 20. Picks up a block down the sideline and out of bounds. 42-yard line. Forced out of bounds by Oliver. Joe Kress with the 2nd Seminole pickoff of the evening. And this will stop another Cougar drive and
right at the goal
shutout.
line.
And here comes the JV offense. Quarterback Jason Ludwig will get a few snaps in, and I know some of these young men didn't plan on getting in the game tonight.
No. They've got to be excited young men, though, to think they get into this big ball game. all week long and all season long, talking about this being the biggest game possibly of the year.
Matter of fact, some of them still getting snapped up as they walk to the line of scrimmage. I think they were caught off guard. Josh Jones will get the carry and
Nice
get to the
gain
50-yard
across
line.
the 50-yard line.
5 yards by Jones.
Moser on the stop,
And
Sean Moser.
we now see a couple of changes being made by the Cougars. There will be no reserve game this week. The Seminole JVs played Frontier about 3 weeks ago down at Frontier. They moved that game up. So the JV season is finished. These young men finished the season at 4-3, but 2 of their losses came to teams that had no freshmen on their JV roster. And
Josh Jones again.
Half of our roster is freshmen. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, that does.
So a nice 7-game season by the JVs. And Jones will pick up a couple of more yards into Frontier territory. 3rd and 3.
At 3:20 remaining in this contest.
They'll shift in the backfield. Miller will leave the field. Had too many people out there. This will be 26, Jamie Sampson. He'll be very near the first down. We'll see where they place him. I think it is a first down.
Josh Boley on the stop, as he did get over the 44-yard line where they're standing. That should be enough.
And that's real nice right there to get a carry for senior Jamie Sampson, who mainly is on the special teams. Give him a chance to carry the ball a time or two here this evening to have some stats. And a first down carry by Sampson. The ball at the 44-yard line. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the game. And this is 46 Muntz. Robert Muntz, freshman, with the carry. He'll lose a couple of yards back to the 46. We got a lot of people in, a lot of people out with every snap. As a matter of fact, we only have 8 people in the huddle right now.
I think maybe they ought to bring in a couple more, maybe.
I think we're going to probably have to get a timeout. John Cecil is in, is out, and now is back in. And
2 minutes and 14 seconds.
We still only have 10 players on the field. The ball carrier is Jones, I believe.
Stopped by Croslet.
And I'm almost certain a flag is being thrown. So we'll see what happens here. Official threw the flag. The wind blew it 7 yards back. This was way, way after the play.
Yes. Something must have been said.
Okay. And I'll explain that, Dale. I mentioned the fact that the Seminoles only had 10 men on the field. One of the people that they were missing was an offensive lineman, so we didn't have enough people on the field, or not enough people on the line of scrimmage. And 10 men on the field is not a penalty, but only 6 men on the line of scrimmage is, and that was the penalty. So now 2nd and long. Jones again, and he'll be tackled right in the center of the field. He'll lose another yard or so. And 3rd down. Harrelson in, replacing Arden. 1.5 minutes remaining in the game. 3rd and 16. Ludwig to throw. He has some pressure. He'll get the ball out here for Harrelson. He'll cut back.
Harrelson cuts back. He's still open.
He's on his way. He's got a first down. And
he's going in.
Be in the end zone. Cole Harrelson.
Senior Cole Harrelson on a tremendous job.
A great effort. There's one happy young man. Just a quick out. A couple of missed tackles.
I wish we had instant replay on that. That was a tremendous, tremendous play.
And I don't know who's happier right now, Cole or Grandpa Dick.
That's right.
So with 1 minute remaining in the game, That's a 50-yard, about a 53-yard play, I believe, there. Ludwig to Harrelson. Timeout is called by the Seminoles as they'll try to get some personnel out for the extra point. And I believe that's Harrelson's first catch of the year also. I know down at Waterford, Cole had a ball to him, hit off his hands, but he had a pretty big hit from the Waterford defensive back, so you can't really fault him for not making that catch. But that's a great effort right there. That's highlight film.
That's exactly right.
And it's not like you're throwing the ball and trying to run up a score or anything. It's as the vogue, the controversy around many times anymore. But that was all individual effort.
And you cannot tell a kid not to do that. If he has an opportunity to come up with a score, this is big time for him.
That's a senior young man, a chance to get in the end zone in a varsity game.
That's right. Biggest game of the year.
Daniel Cole's extra
and Daniel
point
Cole.
is good. 1 minute remaining in the ball game. Seminoles 41-0.
And they had him all the way, Coach. Coach, I think maybe we can start thinking about next week. Next week, maybe, after tonight, the biggest game of the year, you've got the Monroe County Super Bowl. No matter what the records are coming in, that's always a hard-fought ball game. Channel 9 will be here. Of course, you're going to have the newspapers. You're going to have other TV stations here. And Channel 9 will be covering that. And for all you sponsors, there are still spots available on that Channel 9 coverage of next week. You can contact Joe or myself at 472-5846 if you'd be interested. We'll try to be getting in contact with as many people as possible, but that's a very good chance for sponsors around town to show their support of their team and also to get some very good spots on TV 9.
Yeah, this group of young men down here remember a lot of things, and they remember a 9-0 last year going to Bellsville and coming up a point short.
Yeah.
And even though they still were able to make the postseason,
that changed the entire year,
and finished first in their region, they still have a little sour taste in their mouth, and there's nothing more that they would like to do than go 10-0, because it's going to take 10-0 to gain postseason. I feel quite certain, unless something strange happened, elsewhere this weekend. So we'll have a little more idea what exactly needs to be done for the first of the week. But the Seminoles must win and let the other things take care of themselves. But a win will put the Seminoles into postseason without any problem.
52 seconds remaining.
And a win will also give the Seminoles the school's first outright PVC title. Basketball team sharing the PVC title last winter. Again, with many of these young men a part of that. But they would like to have a PVC title of all their own, along with all the other things that I just mentioned. We're down to 30 seconds and clock running. And the officials taking their time putting the ball to play. The Cougars will probably try to get one more play off. And then we'll just sit back and kind of watch the reaction of the players and the people. The Frontier side is really cleared out. Number 10, Ricky Bowersock on the carry, and that's going to do it.
And the celebration begins.
The Seminoles have shown where the power of the PVC lies, and for this night, it lies at Monroe Central, as the Cougars just not quite ready, at least on this night, to compete against Monroe Central. 41-0 Seminoles. Next year, well, as a guy told someone here, I heard the conversation at the beginning of the week, somebody down there says, we're going to get you this year. Well, if not this year, maybe next year.
Yeah.
So once again, this year, the Cougars are in that wait till next year type mode, but then there's a super offensive and defensive performance by the Seminoles.
I know the Cougars have to be disappointed, but they were just totally outplayed in every phase of the game tonight, Coach.
This is a good ball club, the Cougars.
Very good ball
club. A couple
club.
of other teams that have come in here that the Seminoles have beaten by about the same score, maybe a bigger score, had some holes. This is a solid ball club. But tonight just didn't have a good night, and that was caused by those guys in the new black jerseys. And very happy out there on the field. Handshakes all the way around. And like I said, hopefully the Cougars can bounce back and beat below St. John's next week because we need those second level points in the computer ratings. But we're going to hopefully take care of business ourselves. Just a reminder, next week, Coach's Show with Lance and Coach Acosta on Thursday night at 10 o'clock. I believe the plans are for all the seniors to appear on that show. Then
That should be a show.
next Friday, the Bellsville Blue Devils will be here. And even though Channel 9 will be here, staying up on Friday night next week's kind of late, so tune in to us on Saturday morning.
Exactly right, Coach. It's been a wonderful evening, and couldn't ask for any more.
Yeah, the skies stayed dry. The field was in pretty good shape. A little bit windy, but otherwise a great night, and made a great night by the final score. Monroe Central 41, Frontier nothing. Let's see everybody out here next week and get this team in the playoffs. We'll see you next week.